I think this is almost an unprecedented situation where we see such a widespread issue in terms of semiconductor supply. I think really what's happening here is companies are doing their best. They see opportunity when you're talking about the tremendous demand that you highlighted and the lack of supply that obviously has been impacted by a number of factors over the last couple of years. So it's unclear to us when that's going to be addressed. We talk with experts all the time in and around the semiconductor industry, and they're telling us that you could see normalization happen within kind of a year to 2 years. That just seems unbelievable to a lot of people. But the reality is, as I referenced, it takes time to bring new supply on, to bring new manufacturing capacity on. And so that's kind of the state of affairs as it pertains to semiconductors and semiconductor equipment and supply chains, probably through the end of 2022.
Interesting. Scott, good morning. Thank you for joining this conversation. How do you rationalize the China angle here? Where do they stand in the story of becoming more self-reliant when it comes to chips? Not just in terms of acquiring companies and building the supply chain locally, but you're looking at China also taking over, or at least analyzing that story, looking at taking over UK's biggest chip plant. So where are they in this process?
Yeah, look, I mean, China has made it a national imperative to build out its semiconductor industry. And they've been doing that, I think, very kind of aggressively with the kind of intent to ensure that they are not compromised by any supply chain issues. And I think that's something that will be an increasingly important theme across the global semiconductor industry for years to come. It seems like perhaps they're not quite at the level at some of the more established semiconductor centers around the world, but it definitely is something that China has made a significant priority. They've been trying, as you pointed out, and in some cases have been successful in acquiring a variety of different semiconductor-related assets, whether you're talking about manufacturing plants or technology or companies themselves. My understanding is that the U.S., for example, has stood in the way of the Chinese trying to acquire some semiconductor companies based on national security concerns.